Look, I'm not angry. I'm not an angry man. I'm just disappointed.
I mean, should we even act surprised at this point? Monday Night Raw is kind of a sinking ship. I know we don't like Raw being 3 hours, but this show felt like 15 hours, man. I feel like I'm no longer just a father, I'm a grandfather. Like seriously, dude, after this Raw, I feel like it's the year 2050. This is a before and after picture of watching Raw. This lucky dude being showered in the most prestigious Brock Lesnar's milk couldn't save the show. John Morrison finally getting a pin with some help couldn't save this show. Not even this, yes this, couldn't save this show.
Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you a technique which is said to help you fall asleep in just 2 minutes.
I didn't want to make this video, man. I don't remember much, but I saw that Raw got the lowest rating ever. And I understand, I honestly do. Like at this point, yes, it's WWE's fault, in my opinion. Like just a few weeks ago, we had a couple of decent Raws. They didn't feel very long, and that's mostly because we had longer matches instead of all this bullshit like 24/7 segments like this or this or this. It's not needed. I don't want to see this. I don't care. Even the best parts about the show weren't even good. This show desperately needs a change, and I've heard WWE are going to react, but we heard that many times already and nothing ever changes. I don't want to sound like these assholes on YouTube who believe they could write the show better, you know, or I'm so smart, but it definitely feels like they're not putting in any effort. It feels like the show was written a couple of hours before the show. The show has no actual meaning, it has no cliffhanger, it just goes like this. Like a straight line, you know, if you missed this show, you can watch next week because you didn't miss anything. They're not adding anything new to the stories. We know what was happening a couple of weeks ago. That Drew McIntyre is a champion, AJ is facing Drew, Miz and Morrison might cash in. Oh, and Sheamus is Drew McIntyre's friend. All of that was already achieved and told weeks ago. Add something new, add a new twist, anything.
Hey, bro. No, actually, it's Bray.
So this is not gonna be your typical greatness of Raw review. I'm just gonna talk about stuff that I like, don't like, or mostly stuff that I remember. I don't remember much about this show, except for I really remember this. One of the most memorable moments of the show, for better or worse, was actually the opening. So we had a fairy tale about AJ Styles winning the WWE Championship, but it had a twist, you know? The Miz might cash in and he becomes the WWE Champion. Everyone starts arguing until we got Sheamus, we got a brawl, we got a match. It wasn't bad, but again, it didn't really achieve anything. Like, I don't really care. I'm aware of the fact that Sheamus is probably the next challenger, you know? But him facing AJ Styles doesn't really add anything to the story. So anyway, we got the match. AJ Styles wins. Of course he does. He's the challenger. And then after the match, he starts hitting him with a steel chair in a very interesting position. I'm sure he hit his dick, which hurts a lot, man. I'm sure he did, and that is possibly the highlight of the show. Maybe except for this guy being showered in Brock Lesnar's milk. That is, wow, you're so lucky. And I'm sure, Bobby, this was not an accident. I'm sure he's aware of the Brock Lesnar farm. He got back home and got the milk out of the suit, and I cannot blame the guy. I don't really understand this whole Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle relationship, you know, it's not funny, I don't care. It's basically saying we don't know what to do with that Matt Riddle guy, and we have nothing left for Jeff Hardy. We got a 6-man, of course, that's Monday Night Raw. We gotta have 6-man tag team matches. The more people in the ring, the better. I'm seeing people saying Vince McMahon hates tag team wrestling. Are you sure about that? You're sure about that? We saw Lana versus Nia Jax, in which Lana won. Yeah, that's an interesting way of winning. Very non-PG, if I say so myself. But then she got beaten by Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. We got Asuka saving her. but now she's going to be replaced at the pay-per-view with someone else. People are saying Becky Lynch. Yeah, she just gave birth to a baby and she's coming back to wrestle for all the marks, of course. Jackson Riker is with Elias right now. That is the most random thing you could ever imagine, and it was basically a 24/7 segment. That's basically saying what you're seeing right here is just a joke. We saw Keith Lee versus The Miz and John Morrison. Nothing makes a Money in the Bank holder look more weak than participating in a handicap match, you know? And to their credit, they won this match. Kinda. But again, it just feels like, why? They're not even in a rivalry. It doesn't make any sense. What's the point? Makes The Miz and Morrison look weak. Keith Lee, weak. This show made me feel like I don't even understand what I'm watching at this point. What's the point? What's the story? We saw Ricochet versus Mace. At least this one kinda has his story. They want Ricochet in retribution, so I get it. This whole Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton thing was definitely the highlight of the show. So they played hide and seek, yes. But of course the highlight was Randy Orton burning Bray Wyatt in that box. But instead of Bray Wyatt, we got The Fiend, and that was actually the highlight of the show. Wasn't that bad? That was honestly the only good thing about the show. We also saw Matt Riddle versus MVP, in which Matt Riddle won, and then we saw the ending, AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre. Also, don't get the point of this. It was a WWE title ascension ceremony. Just a random shit WWE just came up with for no reason whatsoever. So this segment basically told that The Miz and John Morrison might interfere in their match at TLC, which is most likely going to happen. We got a brawl, Drew McIntyre kinda stands tall until AJ takes control and he taunts with the WWE Championship, which is something we're definitely not getting. So that's your Raw. That's your go-home episode of Monday Night Raw. I'm so uninterested in TLC. I'm aware of the fact that it's a B-level pay-per-view, but damn.
Right about now, there's somebody back in the locker room area who is sweating. He is sweating profusely.
I don't know, man. I'm very disappointed with this show. Watching something like this for 3 hours is really tough. If I wasn't a YouTuber, I can't imagine myself wanting to watch Monday Night Raw. I don't see them making any new fans anytime soon, if I'm being honest. I don't know, something needs to change, and it needs to happen fast. Thank you for watching the video, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.